First bubble will go to you,
Oh,
Anthony.
okay. Mashiro kun, Mashiro Nobuhiro kun no Oni-san no musuko-san yo ne. Ah, you're the son of of your brothers of Mashiro Nobiro-kun's brother, right? Right?
Yes, you are the son of the brother of Mashiro Nobiro. Exactly.
Kun.
Hi, yes. やっぱり知ってる. Oh, so she really does know us. マシル君のお父さん、中学の時、日光上で柔道部の出張で頑張ってて、結構目立ってはよね. So he says, Mashiro, your father, when we were in middle school, he was two grades older than us, and he was the captain of the judo club. And he was always, trying his best, and he was pretty cool and kind of like stood out to everybody. The next bubble here will go to you, Anthony.
はい。今の若いやつは根性がねってのが父の口癖です。Yes. あ今の若いやつは、right, today's youth, there's doesn't have guts のってのが父の口癖。It is how my dad would like phrase it or would say.
Yep, that's what and the kuchikuse means he says this often, not like how
Okay.
he would say it.
Right.
So, Cookie, where you left off is that we're now eating food with the mother, and she's like, "Oh yes, you are the son of your uncle's brother, right?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yes, I didn't know she knew her." And then we found out that Mashida's father, the brother of the uncle that did manga, used to be in judo, and he's a very aggressive man, being like, young people have no guts these days," kind of like grumbling. He does like a boomer.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Um,
actually caught up, so thank goodness I got all that detail while I was reading on my own.
nice. 紅茶 coffee. This is, would you like tea or coffee? And then this next bubble here will go to you, Cookie.
Uh, oolong cha, cola, orange juice, wine, beer. 何がいい is like so it's like oolong tea, um cola as in Coca-Cola, um orange juice, wine or beer. What would you like?
Perfect. 僕コーヒーお願いします. I would like some coffee, please. And the next bubble here will go to you, Anthony.
主人ずずずうずうずうずしいな。てか、今、突っ込んだ方が良かったんじゃね。So he's saying, 主人、he's very, he plans well. So just,
Plans?
he's,
Suga suga, sorry, zuzu shi doesn't mean plan. I can see why you're guessed by the kanji, right? The
yeah,
chizu map kanji, but it means more like impudent.
impudent.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Shameless. Cheeky.
uh, okay, okay. Zuzushi na. Teka. Oh, what's teka? I don't know.
Tika, which means like kind of like it's like by the way,
Uh, by the way,
or
ima,
rather.
tsuk, okay. Or rather, 突っ込んだ、突っ込んだ方が良かったんじゃねえ。突っ込んだ。 Tsukonda is like trusting something or trust. Is it? What's Tsukonda?
Oh, you said thrust. I thought you said the word trust, and I was like, what? It does literally mean to thrust. The metaphor meaning of it is it's like commonly used to mean to like to delve into something or to refer to a specific kind of joking style where somebody says something kind of stupid or whatever, sarcastic, and then you be the straight man to that sarcastic remark. So if they were doing that, the mother said, "Would you like some wine or beer?" And that way there would be an opportunity to do a tsukomu, right? To be like, we're minors, we can't have either of those. Or he's saying to introduce into the conversation, which I feel like doesn't really make as much sense in this context as continuing the joke of the wine and beer. Because the mom said these as probably as a joke with the idea that someone would be the straight man to her, being a little bit sarcastic at the end.
I see. So he's saying it was good that he knows how to like do the jokes.
That is a possible kind of way. 突っ込んだ方が良かったんじゃね? We have a little bit of like a rhetorical thing going here. So literally it says, so it's more like, wouldn't it be good, tends to be how 良かったじゃね? Tends to be used. So wouldn't it have been better to have made a joke right here? Because he takes this seriously. She's like, what would you like to drink? And he says, oh, I'd like coffee, please. Then he's saying, wouldn't it be better to be the straight man in this situation, perhaps? But he's not like committed to that. He just like, since we have like the hole and stuff in there, that's my guess of what's the joke going on here. And he says, じゃあ、僕もコーヒーで. And he says, well, in that case, I would also like coffee. Next bubble goes to Cookie.
真っ白くん。真っ白のぶひろくんね。彼も毎日ブラック、ブラックコーヒーばかり飲んで頑張ってるって手紙によく書いてあった。So it's like Mashiro Nobita-kun, which is the uncle, I believe. He would like every day, what was it? He would like every day, whenever he writes in his letters. Sorry, maybe that's not the right way to say it, but
definitely
it's
not.
like every day he would drink black
right
coffee.
Here, which is toyu. Yes, every day he'd drink black coffee.
Yeah, and that's what he would write in his letters. That's what he would say.
What is the gambatteru telling us here?
He's trying his hardest, and it's like he's drinking black coffee while trying his hardest. That sort of thing.
Exactly. Perfect. こっちが聞く前に手紙の相手って、ゲロっちゃったよ。元社長秘書. He says, wow, she's already started divulging all the details about the person she'd write with the letter with without me having to ask any questions. As expected of someone who used to be the secretary of a company. さあ、何でも聞いて若い者たち? She says, okay, ask me anything you'd like, youngins. And then Anthony, next bubble right here, goes to you.
いえ、もう真っ白のおじいさんが好きだった人って分かったし、no, もう真っ白のおじいさんが好きだ。We already know that about like the person who Masiro Oji-san, the Masiro's uncle, like.
Yeah. Oi, mazuwa. It says, wait, the thing we gotta do first is... ごめんなさい、僕たち、母様の手紙、全部読んじゃいました。 Gomenasai. Eh? He says, we're so sorry. We read every single letter that you had written. We're so sorry about this. And she's like, what? And this whole 2 panels here will go to Cookie.
やだ、恥ずかしい。全部 I was like, what? That's embarrassing. All of it? It's like, hi. It's like, yeah. It's like, 赤くなってるいいとして。And it's like, かわいいな. Which means, um, is like, we're getting red, though it's like, in spite of being old enough to know better. It's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's basically, even though she's so old, she's blushing, would probably how I would
Mm.
translate that, right? That kind of gives more the vibes we're going on here. What does yada mean?
Uh, more like a no.
Oh, it's like, oh no,
Oh
yeah,
no.
exactly. Yada, I hate that. No, rather than a what. Do, do, do. And Cookie, next a bubble will be for you. Sorry. I meant
Yeah.
Anthony. Sorry.
Oh,
私、そんな恥ずかしいこと書いてなかったよね。ね。By the way, 私、そんな恥ずかしいこと書いてなかった。He didn't write anything embarrassing about me, right?
Definitely not what it's saying.
I
So what's happened here is that our particles have been dropped. And you added particles here that didn't make any sense for the context of what we were reading. So these characters a little while ago had opened up a box that had a bunch of letters in these. These letters were the letters she wrote to the uncle. There was no letter that the uncles wrote to her because he sent those to her. Those would be at her house. So the only thing they could read was what she wrote, not what he wrote. So she cannot be saying, did he write anything weird about me? She's saying, did I write anything weird? Right? So she says, wait, I didn't write anything that was that embarrassing, did I? Is what she's saying, not did he write about me. So it's 私
Okay.
が書いてなかった rather than 私について or something. Next bubble here goes to Cookie.
はい。それはもう、信じられないくらい、爽やかな内容だけでした。Okay. It's like, yeah, that is um, like it was unbelievably fresh that the stuff that they read,
Yeah.
and we couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm. And what do they mean by like fresh?
That's a good question. I've been thinking about that as well. Yeah, I actually did get ahead of myself when
Mm-hmm.
reading, but on
It's basically like
pleasant.
yeah, probably pleasant. He's probably
Yeah,
more referring to like very like Nichijou kind of stuff. Very like boring, pleasant, I think is what he's like talking about here. It's like fresh.
pleasantries.
Exactly. Pleasantries is basically full of that. Being like, how are you? I'm good. The weather's nice. Yeah. Just that kind of level.
Yes.
Bubble here goes to Anthony.
そうか。まあ、シロ君は私の手紙取っておいてくれたんだ。Is that right? Is that right? マシロ、私の手紙を取っておいて。マシロ has like received my letters.
Oh, kurita.
Yeah.
Never translate that as receive. It means receive, but never do that. That is not. Do you know why kurita appears in a sentence?
Favor or is
Yeah, it means I love that this happened. That's all it means. I'm really happy
I
this
see.
happened. And it means I did not cause this to happen as well. I did not cause this. That's what kureru means. If you're talking about receiving in a literal receiving context of like literally the word receive, that'd be morao. Kureru is only it is a way to say to be received. So in certain contexts, it could be translated as that, like theoretically, but it literally just is used in a, I'm so happy this event I am describing happened, and I did not forcefully cause this event to happen. If you forcefully cause the event to happen, you can't use kureru, you have to use like morao, for example, which morao doesn't necessarily mean that you forced it to happen, but it just, kureru does not have that as a possibility to be used for that. Um, so this means that she's very happy that this happened.
I see.
It's always in that first person kind of thing. I'm happy to have received this opportunity, to receive this happy emotion, basically. So what is she happy that happened?
Uh, the 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 tegami, the letter
Mhm.
was like has reached. He accepted the letter. Like
Yes, that is what it's saying. The oita here comes from the verb oku, which means to place, not okuru, which is to send, which I think was probably part of your confusion. So he took the letter and placed it somewhere, meaning he did not throw them away after reading them. So she's like, wow, he actually kept my letters. And she's very like happy that he did that. So if you were literally translated the received, she says, I'm so happy I have received the knowledge, the received the benefit of him deciding to keep the letters I sent to him without him throwing them away. Like you see like how like putting the receive in there is like very awkward. We don't say that in English. We just to say I'm thankful maybe or I'm happy, but it's just used as a happy word. で、君たちに読まれちゃったのよね. She says, so because of that, you guys read it. This panel right here is going to go to Cookie.
でも、済んだことは仕方ないユース。So it's like, but you know, all of that's happened and like you can't really change that. It can't be helped. So I'll forgive you guys. It's like, ありがとうございます. It's like, thank you very much.
Perfect. And next bubble here goes to Anthony.
手紙はすごく爽やかである意味取り留めのないことばかりでしたけど、好きだったんですよね。手紙はすごく爽やかである意味、that letter is really refreshing.
Yeah.
ある意味取り留めto receive there's a
Toritome no nai has its own word in the dictionary, and it means like you're so literally it is you're unable to grab and like fixate on something. So since you're unable to do that, and we're talking about something you can't physically grab, right? We're saying that the thing was like vague or incoherent, stuff like that. So here I'd say vague would be the better like way to put it because we're unable to, it's not like something is blatantly put in there and you can just grab it and be like, ah, yes, that's what that means. It's everything is more roundabout.
okay 取り留めないことばかりでしたけど so 手紙がそうある意味 there's a ある意味 is like there's a meaning to like
So this is 手紙はすごく sawaka de aru imi, which is saying there is a meaning with the fact that the letter was extremely full of
Refreshing.
pleasantries. That meaning, right? Basically, he's saying like in other words is basically what the Aruimi is doing here. That it's torime no nai koto bakari deshita kedo. He's basically like translating. So he said earlier the letter is full of pleasantries. What does this actually mean? What do they interpret from the pleasantries?
Uh, he, oh, there was only an not grab things.
So, if you've ever heard of this phrase, the moon is beautiful tonight, it's a very famous Japanese phrase. Do you know what that means? The moon is beautiful tonight?
Uh, clean or kirei.
No.
I don't.
This is a very famous phrase from a very famous book that means I love you. This is
Oh.
this is this is a very famous phrase. The moon is beautiful tonight. The moon is
Uh,
beautiful night is not a phrase, is an example of a toritome no nai phrase, right? It's very vague. You're like, why does this mean I love you? Why did you not just say I love you, right? I love you is straight to the point. Boom, got it down. But the moon is beautiful tonight. The tonight is saying it's only beautiful because you're right next to me. I think, or something like that. I don't know. I only know this because I watch a lot of anime. I've never read the book. It's a very famous phrase. Uh, so what he's saying is that the letter didn't say "I love you." Instead, it's full of "the moon is beautiful tonight."
uh,
So he's saying that it's full of not of very vague things. However, you 好きだったんですよね.
you liked it.
You loved him is probably how
You
I
loved
translate.
him. Uh,
So altogether, it's saying the letter was full of pleasantries, or you could say, even though, but sorry, the letter was full of pleasantries, and in a certain way, you could say it was just full of vague things, but you really loved him, didn't you? Would probably how I'd say that. And he says, "Oi, kikisugi," and he's like, "Oh, you're asking too much." そうね、好きだった. He says, "Yep, I did really like him." And じゃあ、好きって書かなかったんですか? So he says, why did you not write down that you liked him? And the next bubble here goes to Cookie.
書かなかったというより、書けなかった。恥ずかしいし、恥ずかしいし、is like, 何か書いちゃないことにも思えた。Okay, so this one's pretty complicated. So it's like rather than write, sorry, hang on. Should I start from the end?
No, rather than's a perfectly fine place to write it, to start it.
Yeah. So it's like rather than not having written it,
Yes, I
did not write it.
ke
What?
ke ke ka keka.
I couldn't write it. How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It was because it was embarrassing with the she marker at the
Hmm.
end. And it's like, um, I thought that, um, what was it? I couldn't write it.
Close. This
Hmm.
right here, we have to, there's some slurring going on. So we got kaichai kenai. This is kaite um uh, I'm not exactly sure, but it's like same as kakenakereba nara it yeah, sorry, shimatta. So te shima.
So it's like I had to write something, I thought.
No, it's not that. It's like I could not write. It's something that cannot be written,
Oh, fair enough.
is what it's saying. I don't know how to break it up to the different parts. You got the too many things.
No, it's okay. I'll get used to it.
Just like memorize that as a phrase. It is not something that you can do. So it's the opposite of
Yeah.
must. It's mustn't. So, something's going on in the middle because there's no like if. in so I thought it was something you could not write. So perfect. Soれ
I
に
thought it was like dewa instead.
じゃ、dewa becomes ja,
Oh, right. You're right. I
but it
forgot
could be
about that.
tewa. Tewa
Mm,
does turn into cha. Tewa ikanai. So, but I don't think it was tewa.
that's okay. It's okay.
それに告白って男性の方からすべきじゃない And in the first place, shouldn't the person who confesses be the boy? And this right here goes to Anthony.
お互いに好きって言ってくれるの待ってたのかも。It's probably we since we like each we both of us we were like waiting for each other to like say we like them.
Perfect,
Probably.
exactly. And Kamal tends to be better translated as perhaps rather than
Oh,
probably. It doesn't
Okay.
not mean probably, but it's just like a better vocab word for that word in the context it tends to be used. Next bubble here
Okay.
goes to Cookie.
結局、待ちきれず、私が新しい恋して結婚しちゃったけど、so it was like, um, in the end though, um, I think the kirezu means I couldn't wait anymore. So, consequently, I married a new love.
Hey. Next bubble here goes to Anthony.
美穂が3歳の時だった。テレビをつけたら、川口太郎先生の漫画がアニメでやったの。It was like 3 years old.
Who was?
Miho.
Hmm.
Miho was 3 years old at that time. I opened the television. Kawaguchi Sensei's manga became an anime.
Perfect. びっくりしたわ. I was very surprised. 嬉しかったな。マシル君も頑張ってるって分かって。I was so happy. I totally knew that man, Mashiro-kun is also trying his hardest. Next bubble here goes to Cookie.
これからは、ちょっと恥ずかしかったけど、コンビニでも、超ヒーロ超ヒーロー伝説立ち読みしてた. So it's like, and then after that, this is a bit embarrassing, but at the convenience store, I would, what was it? I would, go there and, yeah, I'd be browsing like superhero stories.
I probably would just say I would read it. And it's
Yeah,
not
I'd read it
superhero stories, it's Chou Hiro Densetsu in quotation marks.
like super duper hero. How about that?
Yeah, I'd probably say like the Legend of the Super Duper Hero. Maybe might be how I translate. That's the title of the manga that Mashiro's uncle wrote.
Fair enough.
So not like a category word. That's why it's in quotation marks. Um, right here it's gonna go to Anthony.
あー、 Otoko? Is
はい。
that otoko? Oh, otoko no roman. Is that otoko for like the otoko man, or is it a different
Just read the
otoko?
whole sentence first.
Okay. Otoko no roman っていうヒーローが出てくる話があって、それを読んだ時はちょっと泣けちゃった。
Hi, so otoko is boy, but it sounds more like a manly boy when you're using that kanji there. And it's linked
Ah,
with the roman, like romance, so the manly romance, not like romance, like dating somebody, but like when a man goes like, "Man, I love cowboys." It's like that.
I see.
In this context, of course, we're talking about hero, so things that boys
Ah,
like, basically, what a manly man likes.
男のロマンっていうヒーローが、the hero that like is um a boy's romance 出てくる話が出てくる話。It is
Do you know what the previous sentence was about?
it was like she was like reading the superhero legend
You're right. She was
study.
reading the superhero legend. So she's talking about superhero legend here.
uh,
So superhero legend, well, there was a hanashi ga atte.
出てくる話。there's a rumor? Is it?
No, hanashi
Wait,
means
that,
story. There was a
that,
story in that manga. It was
there,
not a receipt, nor was it a shopping list. It was definitely a story. What kind of
okay.
story was written in it? Came out. Like the come out here means like appears. So what kind of story appeared in the manga?
A a hero which is
Hmm.
like the boys romance. A boys.
Exactly. That kind of story came out. So the
Ah,
manga was a very masculine hero kind of manga.
okay. Then so at the time when I read it, I cried a bit.
はい。Perfect. 真っ白、やっぱりこういう気持ちだったんだって分かって。I really understood, like, man, this is definitely what Mashiro felt. These are his feelings. Um, so this right here is going to go to Cookie.
Oh God. Otoko no roman. So just to make sure it's like a really manly uh roman. What does a roman mean again? I just want to check.
Roman is like the word romance, but not like dating somebody, but like when a man goes, man, I want to be a cowboy.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. There's like a manly like hero story,
Mhm.
I suppose. There's like Ohime sama ni hitome bore shita. Um,
In this context, it looks like that is the name of the hero in this manga. But that's why it's man in katakana and the ro in katakana to make it feel more like a name. But literally, how we were translating it's very common in Japan for the names of characters to be weird puns in
yeah,
manga and stuff. So that's what it is. He has a weird pun name. His
yeah,
manly romantic.
I've heard of stories of like the same stuff happening in like Chinese and Hong Kong cinema.
Mm,
Okay. So, Hime-sama ni hitome. So it's like, I think it's trying to say that our hero has fallen in love with a princess at first sight.
yes.
And it's like, otoko no roman ga uchu ichi no hiro o mezashi. So this hero guy, this manly hero, sorry, 2 seconds. It's like he wants to be the number one hero in the universe because that stuff. And at one moment, someone's calling me.
Sounds good. We'll pause for that.
go AFK again.
We
Okay.
might stop after we finish this page. That sounds like a good spot. So yeah, you do see if you can do it in time.
Yep. So am I right in saying that this manly hero guy wants to be
Yes.
the number one hero in the universe?
Yes.
Yep. And then その就任パーティーにお姫様を招き告白する。I think that means our hero wants to like when he becomes that hero and he holds a
Yes.
party for it.
Yes.
He wants to make a confession to his princess,
Yes.
like
And
invite to
invite her.
confess to the party, and
Mhm.
and then it's like それだけを夢見て頑張る。すごく弱いダメヒーロー, which means it's like that is the only dream that he's trying his best for, this amazingly weak and bad hero.
Perfect. まだダメヒロのうちにお姫様の方から会いに来て告白され。And then, while this guy is still being a loser hero, the princess, she goes over to visit him and confesses her love to him. So he doesn't even become the king yet, right over here. And Anthony, what happens then?
まだ来ちゃダメだろ。宇宙一になるまで待ってろ。この子出てくんじゃね。このと口走ってしまい、逆にお姫様にひ、ひ、ひつ、
引っ張
引っ張ったかれる話。OK。まだ来ちゃダメだろ。まだ来ちゃダメ。Not yet. Don't. If you come here, it's no good if you come here.
Yes, it's no good if you come here. Don't you know that? That's how I translate the battle in this context.
Okay, then. 宇宙一になるまで待ってろ。Until I become the number one in the galaxy or space. Please wait. 待ってろ。のこ出てくんじゃねえ。
Noko noko means shameless.
Don't shamelessly come here. このthis candy.
Ama, I would say it's probably meaning you
Sweets.
amateur in this context. It can also mean bitch, apparently.
Okay, this amateur. Then
Probably bitch.
と口走ってしまい。So I just blurted it out. Those things I said earlier. 逆にお姫様に引っ張られる話。逆にin reverse or opposite to that?
The opposite in this context is like what you would expect would happen from the not what he said, but what happened earlier, which is that so the princess comes over to confess her love. He says something, so rather than them getting together, what happened instead?
What ends up happening instead is ohime ni hipatare. The princess got taken to another castle kind of story.
Good guess.
Becomes,
Hipatareru
yes.
is well, if you just look down right here, that's what she's doing in this picture right there. Hipatareru.
Slap? Is it slap?
Yes,
Okay.
she slaps him, and it's
So,
so it says he is slapped by the princess because he's the subject of the sentence. So rather than it being like a actual romance, right? He's like, "What? Why are you confessing your love to me? It's not time. I'm you amateur. This is like you're supposed to wait for me to become awesome." And she's like, "What the heck?" Dude, I just confessed my love to you and that's what you're doing? So that is
Nice.
where